Hey, hello. Hey team, Kat here. I hope you're doing really well. In this session, I'm going to be sharing with you why you don't need to be that expert in order to show up consistently and boldly with a bold message online and what you need instead. So welcome. So great to have you here. If you're here live, just pop right now in the comments, live, #live. If you're here watching this live, I would love to know who's here. I'd love to connect with you. Welcome to this session. If you want a copy of the notes from this session, pop in the comments right now, the word notes. Just pop the word notes in the comments right now, and I'll make sure that we hook you up with the notes from this session. My team will get that to you. So again, before we dive in, put #live if you're here live, or #replay if you're watching the replay. Thanks, team. So a big problem that I see is happening, particularly with coaches at the moment, is this belief that they think that they need to be the expert in order to show up consistently with a bold message online. And I can totally see why this is so common. There are a lot of gurus out there who are saying you've got to be the authority in your space. You've got to be the best. You've got to be the most experienced, or that you've got to have this strong competitive edge. Have you heard that before? You've got to have a strong competitive advantage. You've got to have a USP, a unique selling point. And a lot of people get stuck there. They get stuck trying to work out what is my competitive advantage. And it can pause them and stop them from really stepping up in terms of being polarizing or even contrarian at times about what they believe in, because they don't feel like they're the expert. And instead of sharing what they know, they get caught up in sharing what's safe. And so this can make people feel like they don't have the right to have a space online as a thought leader or a person that shares valuable educational content, because they're not the expert. And a lot of coaches say to me that they're not posting videos or articles or posts or even running events because they're busy. But that's not usually the truth. That is just a story. And when you believe that you need to be the expert and you're so worried about the competition with other people or imposter syndrome, it's a very real thing, you tend to not show up consistently and say that it's because you're busy. And you don't show up consistently with really great content, with online events, with Facebook Live videos, with consistent emails. And it costs you. It costs you time, it costs you money, and it costs the people that you could be helping. So if you've got a pen and paper, write this down. You don't need to be that expert to be an expert. You don't need to be that expert to be an expert. You are an expert right now. The truth is, you have incredible knowledge and expertise and wisdom and experience that other people don't have. It is unique to you. And even if you don't know how to define that, even if you don't quite understand how to communicate or articulate that in your copywriting yet, you will the longer you are in business. You can show up knowing that what you have to say is valuable without you being the expert or authority in your space. You are an expert. An expert is someone who has organized their knowledge. If you have organized knowledge around your topic, you are an expert. And you may have noticed what happens when people think they have to be the expert is that you delay your decisions. You delay your decisions. And one of the most insidious ways that we delay our decisions is by procrastinating. Procrastinating. This is what happens when we get so busy learning that it stops us from creating and doing the things that we really need to do to grow our businesses. It's so great to have those of you here that are here. Hello, welcome. I hope you've got a pen and paper, make some notes, because I'm dropping lots of truth bombs tonight. So we're scared we're not good enough. So instead of creating, outputting, we consume more. We consume, we learn, we read another book, we go to another webinar, we buy another online course. And this can be a really deadly trap for coaches because it feels like we're doing the right thing. It feels like we're doing something really good and we're doing something productive. We're not just lying on the couch all the time watching TV, we're learning. But the problem with it is that it lulls us into the sense that we are working on our businesses, when in fact we're actually avoiding the action that really matters. Putting out that offer, putting out that lead magnet, putting out that event, that thing that you know that you want to be doing. Maybe it's been on the list, but you've been avoiding it. And so we delay our decisions. You might want to write this down. Learning is good. Learning is good. But good is the enemy of great. Good is the enemy of great. What is great is action. Action is great. Learning is essential, but without action, it's useless. When we get stuck in constant knowledge acquisition without matching it with the right ratio of action, like we've got to learn. Learning is essential. In other words, we've got to input, but we've also got to output, and we've got to make sure that ratio is right. So if you are a bit of a learning addict, just give me an L in the chat box in the comments if you love learning. Just give me an L. Where are my peeps that love learning? You love learning, just give me an L if you love learning. Learning is great. Learning is good. Action, if we don't take action on the learning, what happens is that we end up wasting weeks and months that could be used to create. So I'm not saying don't learn, but make sure the ratio is correct, the learning and doing ratio. Because otherwise we widen the gap. Let's say here you start learning, but you don't do it. You learn something else, but you don't do it. You learn something else, but you don't do it. You're widening the gap between learning and doing, and this leads to a lot of frustration. If we're learning something, but we're not applying it very quickly, we forget about it, and it becomes like a sunk cost, like a sunk expense, a waste of time. Because our brain thinks, well, you're not doing anything with it, so I don't need to retain all that learning because doesn't seem like you really needed to know it. So I'm just going to kind of erase that from your memory, because we can only keep so much top of mind. So your brain's constantly trying to prioritize what to remember. If we don't take action on it, we forget it so quickly. Just give me a Y for yes in the chat box if anything I'm saying is resonating, if this is making sense. Just give me a Y in the chat box. Great to have you here, Xiaomi. Great to have you here, Glenn and Anna and Sarah. Oh, so nice to have you here. Thanks for all your lovely comments. So remember, business is about connecting with people, and it's not about getting a beast on knowledge. How often have you thought about doing something like a Facebook Live, but you didn't? How often have you thought about creating a lead magnet or a funnel or an online event, but you didn't? How often have you thought about launching a program, but you didn't? The reason that you didn't, and the reason that we delay our decisions, is usually because consuming is easier. And I understand this challenge intimately because I was seduced by it for many years, so many years, and I still struggle with it. And I realized that it was a big reason that I wasn't showing up consistently, because I felt like I needed to be that expert. And that is a big fat lie. You do not need to be that expert. You are an expert already. I see this pattern in so many coaches. So why is it important to stop delaying your decisions and start putting yourself out there in a bold way consistently? Well, firstly, when you're out there consistently sharing valuable content, it improves your self-image. You feel good because you're being the person that shows up. It feels good. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, a sense of satisfaction, a sense of pride. You step into your power, you take control of your business. You ignore what other people are doing, you ignore what your competitors are doing, and you create. You stop comparing and you stop trying to make everything perfect, and you just focus on producing, and you get it out there even before it's perfect. And you start feeling better and more inspired to share even more. And the more you share, even if it's at 80% level or 90% level, and you don't wait until you get it perfect, you just keep showing up and sharing, you just get better and better and better. You become better as a content creator. And you don't need to constantly look at what everybody else is doing. You don't need to. You might want to write this down. When you don't hide, you have pride. When you don't hide, you have pride. Or when you hide, you don't have pride. Anyone can learn, but not everyone is willing to take action consistently. When you embody that version of an action taker, of a producer, of a high performer, and let go of comparison and perfectionism, you attract more of those types of people to you as well. And there's a lot more trust that people have in you when you really embody this. People feel it. People feel that you're a go-getter, you're an action taker, and they want to spend time with you. So how do we do this? You might like to write this down. There are 3 ways that I suggest. Number 1, commit to creating. Commit to creating. When you create your own content, original, genuine, relevant, helpful content directly to your ideal client, not to try and please everyone, but content that's written directly to this one person that you want to attract, your avatar, you become better as a content creator and you get more clients. If you do this right, you'll get more clients than you know what to do with. Trust me, if you're not creating, you're not learning the things that matter. It's when you create that you learn the most valuable things. What is working? What isn't working? It's how you develop your own unique voice by doing it. And it's the people that are willing to do it, to create, that are the ones that learn the most valuable lessons. You're not looking to the left or right. You're trusting infinite intelligence. You're trusting your own intuition rather than being distracted by everything that's going on around you. Hi, Sue-Ann, great to have you here. So people often tell me they don't like cutthroat business. They don't like talking about competition. And that's not what all business is. That's one aspect of business. That's what some people choose to focus on. And then other people tell me that they just want to focus on beating their competition. And they have this mentality of there's only so much money. There's only so many clients to go around. And they just want to get this slice of the pie. But authentic, valuable business, it's not about what you can get and take. It's about what you can create. It's about creating value in the world. I think about someone like Jeff Bezos, who got insanely rich because he created something of value. He created something that millions of people wanted to use. So money is a byproduct of doing great work in the world, and money will follow you if you keep staying in creation mode, because your business impacts way more than your bank account. Your business directly impacts people's lives, people's families, people's communities. And when you're not creating, people miss out on your brilliance. So that's number 1, commit to creating. Number 2 is commit to consistency. To get more clients, you need to be consistent. You need to be out there regularly, sharing your message boldly, sharing offers. I see a lot of people posting cool content, but they never share their offers. They never invite people to work with them. And everybody that I talk to has a next level. So you have a next level when it comes to this, when it comes to showing up consistently. So you might have nailed consistency when it comes to social media posts, but maybe you're not consistently doing an event or doing a video. Or maybe you've been blogging consistently, but you haven't been sending emails consistently or creating new value emails consistently or landing pages. So there is always a next level, and we have to nurture our business constantly. Imagine having a baby and not nurturing it. Imagine just leaving it because you get busy, leaving it for a few weeks or a few months because you got other things to do. Like, it would scream. And I think about a business as a baby that we need to grow. We need to give it a lot of attention. We need to nurture it constantly. Like, in our business doesn't scream. Like, if we neglect our business, usually nothing really major happens. We don't get money in our bank account. Yes. We don't make a difference in people's lives. but there's nothing like this urgent thing happens. So people neglect their businesses all the time because the consequences aren't always obvious straight away. But this is why we need this commitment to consistency, where we have this desire to nurture our business no matter what, to constantly be willing to do the things over and over again, whether we feel like it or not. When your baby wakes up at 3 a.m., you don't decide whether you feel like feeding it. You feed it because it's your baby. And so when you view your business as something that you want to grow up, you want to nurture, you want to allow it to be the best possible entity, you need to be willing to do the things whether you feel like it or not. But remember that the hard road gets easy and the easy road gets hard. So if you are taking the easy road and avoiding all those next levels, those things that you know that you need to do, the road is going to get harder for you. Conversely, if you do those hard things, your life is going to get easier. So number 2 is commit to consistency. Fight your urge to be distracted. Fight your urge to make every little thing perfect, and stick to showing up week in, week out. Number 3, commit to courage. Commit to courage. How's everybody going? Are you all hanging in there, team? We're getting some great comments here. Thank you, everybody who's sharing. Again, number 3, commit to courage. Courage to do events. Courage to do live videos. Courage to say what you really think and feel, and even potentially be polarizing. Courage to stop trying to please everyone. Courage to reach out to message some lapsed clients or some people that you've lost contact with. Courage to put your prices up. Courage to make offers regularly. Often people sacrifice making offers to a few people because they want everybody to like them. So my philosophy on making offers is that's why you're in business. You need courage to make offers, but you're in business to make offers. That's why people follow you. They're looking to you for solutions. So why place yourself in a position of leadership, which is what you're doing when you're in business, if you're not going to give the people connected to you the opportunity to be led so that they can change their life? I never feel like I'm selling because I feel obligated to share with people how I can help them. And I know that what I do with people really helps them. So courage is feeling the fear, doing it anyway, taking the action anyway. If you don't have courage, you get stuck in the fear and you get so stuck in what people think. You get so stuck that people are going to judge you. And this stops you from reaching those people who are truly suffering. That person that's at home right now really struggling, this person that you have answers for, and the person that will change their life by working with you. Here is a truth bomb. You only get criticized by people doing less than you. People who are doing more than you, they don't tend to criticize. It's the people doing less. So if you want to be known as that person that shows up, that has courage, that has consistently, that is a creator, if you want to accelerate your business, if you want to accelerate how fast you build your audience, how fast you get clients, you need to commit to consistency, commit to creating, and commit to courage. If you want help with this, if you want to know exactly how to create a successful business that's booked solid with aligned clients, with really amazing clients, I have at the moment 3 spots available for private mentoring, private one-on-one mentoring, and then I'm closing the door. So there's only 3 spots. So if you'd like to work directly with me, send me a message on Facebook and include the word private. So just send me the word private and we can have a chat about my private mentoring. Just tell me a little bit about your business and what you'd like to achieve, and I'll have a chat with you on Messenger. My prices are going up at the end of the month. So if you've been in this community for a while, or watching my videos, or getting my emails, or looking at my posts, my prices are going up at the end of the month. So this is the time to do it, because once I'm full, I'm full. So there's 3 spots left at the moment. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of business owners to grow their business rapidly. So rather than you trying to piece all the puzzle pieces together and taking years to do it, I can help you 2x, 3x, even 5x your results. This is the type of results that I've had with people. So just send me a message with the word private on Facebook and we can have a chat about it. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to share this important message with you. Until we meet again, keep shining, keep sharing, and remember the world is waiting for your words. The world is waiting for your words. Take care, my friends. Talk to you soon. Bye.